Hello, Internet! How's it going?
What up?
Good to see you guys.
One of the most amazing things ever has happened.
It's amazing.
We are both getting honorary PhDs.
We kind of are.
Because we are now being asked to teach junior high.
That's right.
And you have to have a PhD to do that.
Had somebody contact us, a Mr. Henry from Van Buren Middle School. Go Black Knights!
Black Knights!
That's right. Teaching their 7th grade social studies class about the Protestant Reformation. Because who better to teach you about the Protestant Reformation than dear Jan?
Usually when people look at us, they just look at us and assume
they know
you
stuff
have information about the Protestant Reformation.
Absolutely. I mean, just look at these faces. I mean,
this says Protestant Reformation.
That's right.
Written all over it.
Like Zwingli experts and just all sorts of good stuff. So, Jason, give us an overview of the Protestant Reformation.
The Protestant Reformation is all about change.
Yes.
See, we came out of the Dark Ages, and out of the Dark Ages, there's a guy named Martin Luther, and he nailed 95 thieves to a wall in a church in, I think, Russia, after which everybody got excited and they made him king. And so then we referred to him as Martin Luther the King, which we then shortened later to Martin Luther King, and he became a guy that fought for civil rights, and then after he preached at these churches, people were excited and wanted to honor him, and so he was responsible for working in the government to get new streets put in a lot of places, and that's why every town in America has a road called MLK Boulevard, stands for Martin Luther King. So your government, your roads, and your religiosity is all in honor of Martin Luther King.
What you just said is by far the dumbest thing that has ever come out of your mouth.
That's shocking.
You had
That's shocking.
You had no factual information in any of that.
There was 2 facts.
Nothing you said was right.
Kind of right.
Everything that you said has made these 7th graders dumber.
That seems unlikely. That was not a shot at you. It was a shot at all 7th graders.
Look, the Protestant Reformation, truth is, Protestant Reformation was important. It was an important thing. And actually, we are still feeling the effects of it today. So
I know I feel it right now.
So as what we do for a living is we are... I don't even know what that means.
Are you drunk?
What we do for a living is...
Shut up, Lauren.
We are pastors.
We're enlightening minds.
We are pastors at a... it's at a Methodist church, and Methodists somehow kind of come out of the Protestant Reformation, although really they weren't originally out of it.
Let's get the real here. Let's
back
back up.
Let's back it up.
So there's all kinds of people who are kind of forerunners to the Reformation, guys who helped create Bibles and all this kind of stuff. What ended up happening is there's some bad stuff goes on kind of in the Catholic Church.
Right.
And during this time, we entered into what we know as the Dark Ages. That part was real.
It was real.
Okay, some of these bad, and it's not, this is not a slam on the Catholic Church.
Hey, if you're Catholic out there,
we love you.
We love you. We do.
But everybody, I mean, any organization has the ability to have people that are bad wind up in it. Yeah. And so it happened in the Catholic Church, and they said, let's take it out of all other languages except for Latin, and we're the only ones that can read Latin, and so then we can look at people and go, hey, you can pray your dead dad into heaven if you'll give me some money and 3 goats.
Right, they called that indulgences. So basically they said, you know, either your dad needs to get to heaven, so give me some money, or they said, you know what, you have sinned, you're probably not going to go to heaven, so you know what, I can make that go away. They were kind of like a sin mafia.
Right.
Like, you pay them under the table, they'll make the sin disappear.
Grease these palms and
right.
make stuff disappear.
That's right. So, Martin Luther saw this, saw it was bad, and wrote 95 reasons why.
Yeah, not
95 theses. Which are
That's a funny word.
Ideas. That kind of is a funny word. So, put that on the
door. He nailed them
like
to the door of the Wittenberg.
And originally, the King of England did not like... that was not smart. Originally, the King of England did not like this idea.
No.
And thought that they should stick with the Catholic Church. Because the Catholic Church wasn't just a church. It was the big political institution in all the world. They ran the world, basically.
Yeah, I mean, the King Henry VIII had basically made himself the head of the church, as a matter of fact.
Henry VIII stayed with the Catholics,
right.
But then he wanted to get divorced. And the Pope said, you can't get divorced, that's wrong. And he said, guess what?
You're out.
Not a Catholic anymore. I'm going to be in charge of my own church, called the Church of England. And so that's where John Wesley came out of that. It was called, they called it the Anglican Church, so John Wesley came out of that. And
John
that's
Wesley,
why you
or
people,
how we refer to him as J-Dub.
J-Dub. That's why you people in Van Buren have a United Methodist Church on 201 North Main Street. I know that because this guy was a pastor there back in the day. Way back in the day. So that's
I've
why,
never been there.
He's never been there. He's from Texas. So hey, that's why this stuff still matters today. Some of the churches that some of you go to and the things that are going around in the churches in America today all go way back to this Protestant Reformation that happened.
And it really comes down
in the 1500s.
to being able to, a lot of it ended up coming out to, being able to see God and see God for yourself and to read Scripture and getting away from some of the corruption and trying to really have some people that pioneered and risked their lives in many cases to open us up to the freedoms that we have in our faith today, which changes so much of our culture. I mean, the church has really painted much of the story of America and the world as a whole, and so it's really a pretty pivotal moment. It's pretty cool. It's good stuff.
Cool. Man, we're glad to get to spend some time with you 7th graders. Hey, Mr. Henry, I know you love your Tigers. Go Tigers. Hope the Indians beat them, though. I really do.
That's ridiculous because the Rangers are going to beat everybody.
Nobody here cares about Texas at all. All right. Love you guys. See you later.
Peace!